Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. A very free for you all here on the fields of Kendunk. Let's go through the players that's on the Eastern Front. We have someone with an Asian name who I was told is Erica, so this is Erica. We have Radico, well I forgot they also the Wehrmacht. We have Radico, also is the Wehrmacht. And finally, I love you Uwu, also is the Wehrmacht. Triple Wehrmacht against Triple Soviet, who are playing a commando section. As Motor Strike is straight. Oh, excuse me. Motor Strike is straight out the gate. We have Mist Moon as artillery straight out the gate. And we have Arthas, my son, as Shock Division. My son, the day you were born, all the force of Lordron whispered the name Arthas. Sorry, I just had to do that. If you watched or played World of Warcraft, you know exactly what that is a reference to. I still play World of Warcraft today, if you're wondering. The Pioneers have engaged with the Sappers there. We have some movement going on the flanks. Looks like Erika has picked Fallschirmjäger Division. Ooh. Radico has gone for Panzer. And I love you, Uwu has gone for Staff. Ooh, a good wide mix of potential commanders here. These Sappers going to be in trouble. Post-Grenadier should win that engagement pretty handily. But you have conscripts coming up as well quickly. So the Post-Grenadiers are in a decent position there. And now, quickly running around, they're going to try and get inside the building. Well, that's going to be some death sappers, I think. Meanwhile, we also have a fighting in the center with the Pioneers moving around the Rex Stuka. Dealing with a lot of Soviet troops here, like some Fontoviki on the field now, a lot better infantry. Birds have also pushed pretty far on the northern flank. Getting some Udon early. Okay, they're going to shift for just Udon engineers? Oh, that's an intriguing playstyle. I like it. I like it. With a lot more elite troops than actually numbers. But the Wehrmacht's preparing to push. Some Fallschirm Pioneers also being prepared behind us. There's too many Soviets here. But the fighting continues to the center with the Fontoviki rushing forwards. And to get to the sandbags. Sappers coming up behind as well. Pioneers that die. All top being thrown. Ooh, the Germans are suffering heavy losses here in the center. The Soviet troops are doing pretty okay. We also have some troops on the flank now. Or Wehrmacht Grenadiers on the fields. Doing their best with their accurate rifle fire. But they're also dealing with some Odon up here. But the Odon are only 4-man squads, so they need to be cautious. Lots of shots are being exchanged here. So the Soviets have the upper hand though point-wise, because they managed to get both fuel points. The Soviets have not secured their munitions points yet. Udon are moving out in the open. So far it's working because the Sappers are taking the hits. They need to be cautious. And now there's more and more German troops coming. Udon are still holding on. Udon are securing the other points up there. So it's still holding on down here. Looks like the Fallschirm Pioneers are moving up to support at the center. So we have a little bit of a match sitting up here. It's a bit fascinating. When you're watching this, there's probably only one day until Common Heroes 3 is out, so yeah, that's a thing. Udon moving up to engage with this Pioneers. Shouldn't win an engagement pretty handily. Udon are pretty good. We also have a lieutenant on the field quickly here, arriving here for the Soviet Union. As well as a Jeep with a Dushka on top. So it's in the northern flank, we have a lot more elite units, which I like to see. It's not something you see Soviets usually do. These Udon are certainly going to be a problem, because they are just really effective if they're in a good position. We're going to try to dig into the center here. But the Udon Jeep is getting some shots with the Stuchka. Germans have not a lot of cover here. They actually have a base building all the way out here. Now that's a lot of rifles. That's 15 rifles. I suppose 3 submachine guns, so it's not 15 rifles, it's 12 rifles? Yeah, 12 rifles. Anyway, the Udon are still holding on well thanks to the Jeep actually, and the Germans don't really have any cover, so that's probably why. We have an MG42 here from Erica. Also have a Shock Maxim on the other fields. Universal care being prepared. Medical supplies were airdropped in, I missed that. Fontoviki is going to have a hard time here now, but the Germans also getting light machine guns. Maxim gets some shots on the MG42, but he did get suppressed. Out in the open, it's not going to do well. Dawn, I'm probably being overrun soon. Yeah, one Odon squad did die, but they're being equipped with PPSHs. MT-34s with 100 rounds here. Unique to Straf Division, I believe. Pretty good upgrade. I always prefer to get that over the MT-42, because for the same cost, you get 50 more rounds. Even if it fires a little bit slower, who cares? 50 more rounds is a pretty big deal, I think. Odon squad's in trouble. Will they get killed on the way back? But the Jeep also lost its gunner. Ooh. Soviets on the northern flank have lost a lot of troops suddenly. It allows the Germans to advance. The lieutenant almost died. Soviets are getting more units. They actually have some ETRDs here on the Pontoviki, which I believe is the unique upgrade if you're playing as artillery. Speaking of artillery, we also have some penal squads, some specialist penals. As artillery commander gets access to the penal troops. Oh, we also have some Belarusian partisans arriving here from the farm. Guess they've been lying in wait for a while. I guess some locals are taking up arms to support the Soviet Union against the Nazis. Oh, yeah, probably somewhere in the Eastern Front, probably somewhere in Belarus, who knows. Oh, mobility loss on the Universal Carrier. And there we go. Track's gone. Great, speaking from the Fuchs Grenadier. Doing a pretty decent job, but they're not really suppressing them. Also have Grenadiers here armed with a Sturmgewehr with a scope. Unique to Luftwaffe for the Grenadier. I did 2 of them. Oh. I don't think it's just because the recharge is so quick, so when you throw the Brandflasche, your autogrenade is already ready. Not really that much of a thing. Crossbow on the northern flank here, Jeep as well. Germans are lacking in any kind of light AT equipment, or anti-vehicle equipment. I suppose the MT-34 is keeping the Jeep away. But it won't stop that crowd mower. A cover will though for a little bit, but that cover's almost gone. Let's bring up more troops with this MT-42 is keeping them at bay. He is trying to reload though. That's a lot of Soviets piled up behind the hay though. And when you're piled up like that, you're going to be easier to suppress and hit. The Universal Carrier is still around. Rushing through. It's always trying to get to the machine gun. The Universal Carrier is pretty tough to actually damage. Surprisingly well armored for light vehicle. We have a 2-2-1 becoming a 2-2-2 here, which will probably just hunt it down. That's actually the opening the Soviets should attack with, but they don't have any infantry there anymore. Well, they're reloading it, and now they lost the gunner and the engine. That MT-42 will remain, I think. 2-1 is hunting it down. There we go, with autocannon it's gonna kill it. Now the 2-2 is gonna kill off the Maxim machine gun. So it's still heading up with the Universal Carrier. Do they really want to kill that machine gun? Oh, that didn't work. There's too much fire coming our way. You have an armored car here. Not armor piercing, it's just a 2-2-2. Now also kind of is big enough to pierce a 2-2-2 for sure. Not pierce 2-2, pierce a Universal Carrier for sure. And here's an autocannon after all. We do have a Valentine tank on the northern flank for the Soviet Union. And the Odon and Belarusians are sitting up here. MT-34 doing its best. So Germans also advancing with some Fallschirmjäger. Being deployed as ground forces. Oh god, that's a Mthis gun. I wonder if we'll see the unique upgrade for artillery commander in this game, where if for 45 munitions you get 3 extra men for the weapons team, which is actually a big deal. Having 3 extra men for a weapon team can go a long way because it's 3 extra rifles. What's V gets holding down here, taking out the 2-2-2 with the PTRDs. But the problem with the PTRD is it's not a what's it called? It's not a semi-automatic anti-tank rifle. You have to bolt it like a bolt action, like the German Panzerbüchse, I believe. I don't think I think technically the Panzer is bolt action, but it's like 1 round. With T-70 here and more penal tubes coming up. Right, penal tubes not capture territory anymore. Right, because they use Scorched Earth instead. I forgot about that. That's a change. Which means they could technically get down there to that fuel point and deny it to the Germans. If they know they're not going to be able to hold it. But that's a thing they could totally do. But I don't think we'll see Scorched Earth. Barely see it. This gun's doing its best here. We do have a pack coming up for the Germans. And Germans are trying to assault here with an F1. But the Belarusians are being suppressed. But the Valentine should be able to beat an F1, I believe. Because the F1 has surprisingly good armor for its size. The F1 just do not have the same armor capabilities or a good gun. Explosive loaded here by the Valentine. Decent shot. Oh, flamethrower coming up here. Trying to burn out the Odon. But they got suppressed. EBSH is just too much. T-70 down here, but we have an F1 coming to the southern flank. Which I don't think the T-70 can hold up to. Yep. It's not a Valentine after all. Shock troopers on the field here now for the Shock Division. No troops are ready to move out. We have a Panzer II command tank in the center here. Try to lay down some fire with his autocannon. Assault here from the Luftwaffe. The shock troopers are holding on. And a tank grenade being thrown, or attempted to. Didn't hit anything. F1 pushing up, the conscripts should probably prepare to charge. They could hoorah. Yeah, there they go. It's always worth hoorahing because it costs nothing. You also expect it to hoorah anyway, so. F1 pushing up again. Shock troopers cannot hold anything against that. They don't have enough anti-tank equipment. It's actually chasing them down. Not looking good here for Arthurs. Germans also pushing on the northern flank again. But the Udon are still holding on here. Valentine needs some repairs though. Looks like it took a hit from something. Mines on the point which the F1 just drives over. It's only anti-personal mines. Smoke canisters being launched. Heroes of the Soviet Union being upgraded on one of the Odon squads actually. Don't have the munitions for an anti-tank grenade yet. F1 pushing up pretty far here. But we do have a T-34-76 which the F1 cannot beat. And an anti-tank grenade destroys it. The T-34s are now going to be arriving. Issue-76 for the shock army coming out. Luftwaffe out in the open here in the mud. Not going to be able to stop a T-34. But the Germans have pushed up here to now secure the northern field points. Udon are going to have a hard time holding. Explosive loaded here. Got a decent shot there. We do have a small AT gun as well. Good shot from the Valentine. Udon has set up a camp. Panzerjäger's coming up and F1 down. Panzerjäger's trying to take a shot. Missed. Udon are moving up now. They don't think the Germans can hold that. They're still gonna try to get another rocket off. Oh! Hit straight with an AP round! Oh god! The MT-34 is gonna be able to stop the Udon taking the point back. Looks like the Valentine might move to take it back anyway. The Soviets are trying to assault down here. Needle squads are not going to do a lot here, but they're going to try. I can bow down as they approach. Yeah, there's just too much fire coming their way. Fancy you nearby here. Oh, hit, but didn't kill the T-34. The O'Donnell able to secure the northern fuel again for the Soviet Union. Flammenwerfer coming up here. They also do a Panzerfausts. Ooh, they're going to try and assault the stun the Valentine and then Panzerfaust, I think. But the O'Donnell might be able to prevent it. Yeah, there it goes. Valentine gone. More shock troopers being prepared by the Soviet Union. As T-34 is still being geared up slowly. These guns are still bombing. The Germans are taking in heavily in the center. Artillery going in the fuel points. The Search remain around with their forward O'Donnell camp. It allows them to replenish and actually recruit units from it. The T-34 is certainly going to be a problem. O'Donnell trying to flank up here. Pioneers are going to engage them. Which I don't think the Pioneers want. You don't want to engage O'Donnell. They are pretty good at their job. We do like that moving up here with a flamethrower. Which I believe, yeah, is unique to the Staff Lieutenant, that he actually gets a flamethrower. More done pushing up. Indy-34 needs to change target. Too late at that point. And now the O'Donnell engineers will take the point back. Fewer more Canadians coming up with another MG-34. Germans were also scavenging wrecks, good to see. Big fighting going on here. Luftwaffe is holding on as well. But the T-34 is now pushing at the center. So it's been unable to take the fuel point back yet though. There's O'Donnell is Vet 24 at this point, so O'Donnell just gonna get better and better. Luftwaffe is in trouble. This SU-76 is doing a lot of work actually. Ooh, that retreat path. Excuse me. Oh god. Ooh, that retreat path is bad. Yeah, the shock troopers mowed them all down. T-34 goes down up here. Those of the Osttruppen now. Actually, there's those of Union troops. Just have the Osttruppen model with a pack gun. Ooh, looks like the engineers are going to try and get around the machine gun here. Armored car also rushing up here, providing them with the protection they need. Ooh, that is a dead machine gun team. Pack has been spotted, but a bunker cannot hit them. Looks like they have a stolen MG-34 this O'Donnell unit. They have managed to take the fuel point back though. Battlefield still looking somewhat even. All the HQ is set up here by the Soviet Shock Division. EBSA just being handed out again. So some DPMs. A Kettenwerfer remains down here. They're also doing another assault up at the fuel point. Trying to get closer with the Flammenwerfer. But O'Donnell is just lacking in units up here to try and provide enough firepower. Agnes is set up in a better spot. There's not a lot of cover here. Artillery going on the center. Ooh, they have a recon team in the center. Who's the officer calling it in? Oh, it's a Capitan! Capitan of the artillery division, actually. Calling in if... Oh, that's a fire mission. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of shells. Oh, the recon team got spotted because of the thing. Those are bringing out a lieutenant. If they bring out a captain, I believe we might actually be able to see the high tier Soviet artillery strike from the shock. Because that was a very big artillery strike. No officers yet from the motorized though, so we're not going to see the Red Air Force for a while. We have an MTS Sherman coming out to the field soon. Really big fight here though. I like it. Panzer IV running here for the Luftwaffe. Also a flak gun down here. Germans are still trying to threaten the point up here. So it's enough presence. We do have artillery strikes coming in though. Oh, because of a howitzer, right. Infantry force up back here though, which will certainly be a problem. We are still being thrown by the Volksgrenadier, hitting down one of the Udan squads. We have supplies being dropped in here by the Soviet artillery division. Planning to get some more munitions to work with. That's for having a duel with the T-34s. T-34s to pull back. Dampers are managed to get a grenade off on the MT-34. Staff troops are now arriving. Then more penal troopers. Cannot catch the points, but they can scorch earth them. They're gonna grab some equipment here. They grab a DPM. Actually, that's an RPD. Rapid movement of an armored car here with the odometer. Needs to be cautious. There's a pack. Oh! Barely dodged that shot. Where's your 76 is in trouble? Well, good shot from the SU actually. And to get a penetrating shot in the Panzer IV. But the Panzer IV gets it. But gets taken out by a Sysgun. Which is certainly more into Soviets' favor because the SU-76 is far cheaper. We have a howitzer coming up here for the Soviet artillery division. Soviets are pushing, Germans I mean. They also been equipped with a Czech machine gun they found on the ground here. Those are the Germans are bringing in the penal troopers now. That's actually a really good reload animation there. But as you can see, the staff troops cannot capture territory. Those shock troops behind here got mowed down. They managed to get behind the line. There's too many Germans. Another Panzer IV running for the Luftwaffe. You also have a Soviet recon team nearby, just keeping tabs and things. Oh yeah, the Capitan is calling in another strike, another fire mission. So it's going to be around here. Interesting, of course, there's a Panzer strike on the Volksgrenadier. Have to be very cautious with their movements. Artillery strikes coming in as well. Something from a Soviet officer, I think. Another Soviet officer. I mean from the lieutenant. Yeah, that's the fire mission strike. Doing a lot of work right there. More down squads moving around. Just the commander section going fully elite motorized. So different to see, I like it. Artillery strikes going in here from the Sysgun on the Luftwaffe. Oh! Oh, and the howitzer as well. I don't think the Wehrmacht can hold the retreating. They cannot hold this town anymore, this farm. And they realize it. Better to do a tactical retreat and save your men and replenish. Better than sticking around and getting killed by artillery strikes. It looks like the German howitzer is doing its best to try and fight back. Not doing counter barrage though, but it's doing its best. We've got a howitzer coming up here. Now the Staff and Luftwaffe actually both have access to howitzers now, so you might see the Luftwaffe bring out their own howitzer at some point. We'll have to see. India managed to dodge that Panzerschreck. Lots of Odon here. 12 Odon. That is a lot of very elite Soviet infantry. But there's an MT-42 bunker. There's no cover on the approach. And no smoke grenades being used. Oh, they used the anti-infantry fragmentation grenades here in the Panzer IV. Yeah, that's not looking good for Office. I guess something happened with the AT grenade here. But we are seeing a full tech up here for the shock army, so we might see an IS-2 happen soon. There'll certainly be something. Alpha certainly has the manpower, they just need the fuel. They can easily afford some more shock troopers on the field to try and just hold on. Artusha coming out to the field soon for the motorized. The artillery division is still holding on. Also, shots being exchanged. The German center has kind of been bombed to hell. Luftwaffe is assaulting. Lieutenant has been pinned. Pioneers are pushing forward alongside the Panzer. Mthis doing his best to keep them at bay. Engine is damaged on the Panzer IV. Disconcerting around. Ooh, looks like it. Oh, we have a T-45. Doesn't penetrate. That's just bad luck right there. You do have the Soviet Naval Infantry, which is a unique call-in to Soviet shock, by the way, which is how they get an 85. Normally, the Soviet shock no longer gets the 85s. Another Panzer IV in the field. Into keeping an eye on the northern fuel point, but it is in German hands. Explosive kills the machine gun team. Katyusha's on the field. Not fired anything yet by looks of it. Heading on the field, German military police.
We are losing a sector.
Soviet naval infantry sitting up and around.
Yes, comrade.
The Soviets are able to secure the northern field point at this rate, I think. It's taking a little bit for them, but they are doing it. You try to dig in there while they're stealthed. You have a Stuk G on the field here for the Staff Division. Lots of German infantry pushing up, and lots of penal troopers as well. Staff Truppen. Can you down hold all that? They have a lot of Odon infantry at least, though. That is a lot of elite infantry for the Soviets. No wonder their income is so low. Because the more elite your troops are and more pop cap they take up on your thing, the more upkeep they have, I believe. Like the heaviest tanks like Tigers and such take up a lot of fuel upkeep, as an example. I'm not sure the exact ratio. Panzer IV preparing to push. He's attack grounding. Oh, there you are. Looks like he's missed it. Needs to get repairs on that 85 again. But 85 is keeping the Panzer IVs at bay. They don't just want to rush in. Because that 85 can do a lot of damage if it penetrates. Ooh, almost got a good shot there. The Soviets are holding on. The repairs on it. More shells also being fired. You can just hear them in the distance and they're hitting the center. Big Soviet pushing from the Odon. Oh yeah, you don't want a bunch of elite infantry like that. They just become too easy to hit. Also in the open with no real cover, but they do pull back. Still trying to save for that IS-2, I think. It's gonna take a while to get the fuel for it. Oh, maintenance team. That's actually a good thing to have at the front line there. Might help that 85 stick around. Until they've been calling here on the Soviet front line. Looks like it's from the Panzer II. P-54 point trying to push up again. And take some long range shots evidently. Oh yeah, you don't want to keep following it. There's some very cheeky mouse and cat play up there. It's just opening fire here. Yeah, completely destroying what little defense was there. Last massive Odon to move out again. As the howitzers just keep shelling. You have triple howitzers for the Staff Division. That's a lot of howitzer. You also have howitzer for the Luftwaffe Division setting up. But the MCHS and armored cars on the move. Birds are holding on here. We do have some airdrops coming in here for the Waffen-SS. Not Waffen-SS, Wehrmacht, my bad. I think it might be a pack or something. Oh, it's a light infantry gun and a mortar. Right. That's what we've been calling here by the Civil Lieutenant. MT got taken out up here. Another MT around. Need to be cautious. Just hear all the shells constantly. Looks like the armored car got taken out. We have another Soviet recon team in the center. P-54 preparing to push up. The big shells keep landing. That's a force going for another attempt. Gonna try an attack round. There's lots of shelling. No real heavy armor yet for the Panzer Division. I wonder what they say. Are they gonna go for a King Tiger? Yeah, they're going for a King Tiger. They could have gotten so many other Panzers while waiting, but I suppose they want to go for a King Tiger. They want the biggest and baddest tank they can get. Guess they fall into the belief that big is best. Udon doing a pretty good job holding on despite being very few in number. All things considered, actually. But the artillery division is still setting up more and more troops. They need to push this Panzer division back. Was it the Alpha class? But spotted though. After they've been called in. Looks took a big command. Panzer II took a pretty big hit. Well, pretty accurate fire there from the German artillery and T-54 down. E5 doing its best here. This MT-42 in the trench is doing a lot of work too. And the fighting is pretty even, I'd say. They're trying to take out that Raketenwerfer. They're trying to use AP rounds, which is not really good against a small target like that. Might they use it as an artillery piece this time? And why is it bugged like that? Is it because one guy is out of the map? That might be because one guy is out of the map. Panzer pushes up, mobility lost, and then Mattcasting kills it. That's a long shot. How did they manage that? Was that... Ugh. That's attack grounding. That's pretty weird.
Our base is under attack.
Well, now the Germans are advancing. Triple Panzer IV. And the Panzer IV Aegis is just so good at that job. Especially if utilized correctly. And the Soviets are getting an IS-2 though. Will that be enough? Because these Panzer IVs, if they operate together, can do a lot of damage. Not a big artillery strike here. Naval infantry is pushing down here to try and hold the line alongside the more of the shock troopers. We push the Fallschirmjägers back. But the Panzer IVs are suppressing them out in the open. There's no cover. Shot somewhere that damaged them. Yeah, small anti-tank rifles not gonna do much. What kill? Oh, was it this over here? Might have been. Was it the PTRD? It's probably not the PTRD. Says it is though. MT pushing up, doing a lot of work there. But the IS-2 is almost on the field. And the artillery fight is just getting intense. Here the bigger howitzers now riding for the Soviet Union. The 152mm is on counter barrage. So that's some pretty big shots going in. Overshooting though. IS-2 in the field. See if that'll be enough though. We'll need a good area for like a screenshot. Oh, I love the Ubu has dropped. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks a lot actually. Oh, perhaps we have a good one here. Yeah, that's a decent one. There we go. I think that we'll use that as the thumbnail. He's using high explosive rounds. There we go. Oh, the IS-2 just need some repairs. It doesn't look good for the Germans that I love you Ubu has dropped. Although the AI will be aggressive, as you can see. The AI will be very aggressive, but it cannot really use its artillery guns as well. Actually, Udonsko died there pretty quick. But Germans are trying to be as aggressive as possible while they... Well, they have to at this point. They lost the player. So many artillery shells. But when I'm trying to push here, they get suppressed. Looks like they are still gonna get out of suppression here. And these bunkers are doing a good job keeping the Soviets from advancing. And here we have the King Tiger. Veteran T3 King Tiger attack. Looks like Radical's just gone straight for Kampkraft Center, focused entirely on vehicles, and going straight for the King Tiger as a Veteran T3 out the gate. So that is a very interesting play, but it looks like in the team game it's working out. Also, they held the center, which is giving them a lot of command points because they do a lot of the fighting. That's looking good for the Soviets all of a sudden. And the Soviets turn this around. It's gonna be a hard sell. Because I'm not sure the IS-2 can fight a King Tiger. He can probably penetrate and do a lot of damage with an armor-piercing round, but I don't think it can straight up win. Not anymore. And that was a pretty good armor, though. SU is coming onto the field soon. Is it the SU-150? Oh yeah, it's the SU-152. Might be able to help, who knows? That's not the best armor rating, though. Yeah, the German AI is still running the northern flank. The Soviets have very much been pushed back now. Now the King Tiger's pushing up. And IS-2 is not going to be able to do a lot, I think. We'll need to see. There's lots of artillery being used here. IS-2 needs to be ready to move. And the Germans just overrun the northern flank entirely. This says the AI can be aggressive and successful. Let's see if the MTS can do anything here. The MTS are pretty decent. They shouldn't be underestimated. IS-2 nearby. King Tiger's gonna take a long-range shot. Got a good shot there with its 88mm gun. I think it's not a long-range shot, it's just a... I'm not sure what it was. The IS-2 still survived. Needs to get some repairs on that IS-2 again. And well, the MTS are doing their work up here. IS-2 still needs repairs. We have another camp going up. The fort encampment. Panzerfaust being better by the AI, but the MTS moved too fast. You know, the King Tiger slowly creeping up, having the off-class sneak ahead, but they got spotted. SU-150, let's be cautious though. Panzerfaust trying its luck and got it. I think this might be the end of the Soviets. Panzerfaust pushing up here. The 80 guns are not, the 80 grenades are just not enough. And I was taking out the Katyushas and everything. Yeah, I think this might be the end of the Soviets. Yeah, I feel the Soviets losing the 85s for some of the doctrines is not a good idea. I really think like the shock and just a lot more having the 85s was decent. I'm not sure about the change to the 85s at the moment. I do think that IS-2 should do more damage to tanks with its high explosive shells. That's just a personal opinion. Yeah, this Panzer IV is just mowing down everything. Also, didn't help the Soviets. Not all the Soviets got the better grenades. This Panzer IV is just killing everything. Like, what can the Soviets do at this point? I suppose they are pushing on the AI side a lot. Which the King Tiger is relocating to try and deal with. There we go, finally got taken out. And with that, Arthur's dropped as well.
Enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
This was an awkward game, I'd say. But the King Tiger does beat everything there. I do think the IS-2 needs a buff again. It needs to be able to deal with enemy tanks as well. There's no way the Soviets can win at this point. They're just padding up the time. That was very awkward to see though, but the match is over. I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly did, somewhat. It was interesting. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!